A Nigh-on Compulsory Cliché about any important event is everybody can remember where they were and what they were doing when it happened. Unfortunately, this isn't always so. All too often, tragedies get awarded backseat status despite their direct impacts on all of our lives and everything else. The following has to be, or definitely is, the greatest such example.
On his back, letting out white smoke, slowly rolls over the golden age. Pink ashes, our love letter in blaze. Oh, cutting hands, blow fresh in the old days. On the backs, they puff out pipe smoke. Back, letting out white smoke.
One fine day, around 4:30 p.m. on February 26, 1994 to be exact, seemed like just another day in business as usual for the New City Cinema of St. John Street in London. Okay, so this was no ordinary cinema, but an adult, sex or porn flea pit. As we all know and can't deny, but frequently take for granted, such establishments are the life force and blood of society and humanity. The new rock and roll and the umpteenth emergency service. However, any norm is bound to have exceptions and not always run according to plan or need as expected. Everything's changed forever, never to be the same again, with the advent of a certain David Lauvers, 34 at the time, at least partly of Dutch descent nationality, a tailless pattern cutter by trade and occupation, of no fixed abode, with severe hearing impediments, which might have been at least partly behind him being known as Deaf Dave, unless that was a coincidence and there were other reasons. This may be not uncommon, this already boozed up, as the prosecution later said, David Lauvers disagreed over the entrance cost, or the fact payment was required, a £7 tariff in 1994 money, claimed he'd already paid earlier, argued with those on the door, as was later admitted, got head-butted by doorman Alfred Parsons, and someone got slightly refused admission a bit. Sadly, this wasn't the end of it. David Lauvers didn't give up that easily, being made of sterner stuff.
Jimmy.
man? Evidently, David Lauvers resented the price, or even the sheer fact that cash had to be handed over, and also the fact he was turned away. What little is known about this David Lauvers and what went through his mind that fateful day, one thing is for certain. He didn't take to or shrug off rejection lightly, and could well have been the sort to bear a grudge, alongside what turned out to be sheer folly on the part of the New City Cinema. A deadly combination and a marriage made in hell, just waiting to happen. It's highly likely that David Lauvers could well have been what experts would diagnose as subclinically or even terminally fed up, possibly in a tertiary or terminal phases of bad mood. Possibly even then, plots were hatching themselves. Can't have got too far before coming across a convenient petrol station. Once there, he bought a tin of fuel, unless he stole it, because he didn't seem prepared or able to pay for the entrance cost at the New City Cinema. It's unrecorded whether anything seemed memorable or amiss to the staff wherever that was. Once fully equipped, David Lauvers returned to the New City Cinema. Perhaps after some disturbance or even confrontation, unless he chose his riposte to be an unexpected sweet surprise sprung onto the unsuspecting unawares. He well and truly fired, took aim, and retired. Or rather scarpered, unless he stayed around to gloat and cheer and remind his targets of their plight. Many hands on deck went down. Still more came to grief. The few escaped, mostly scoring injuries. Apparently, one sucked clean air through a cracked wall, not a glory hole. The fire brigade, unless we're the Royal National Lifeboat Association, or Meals on Wheels or something, must have taken the job on for a laugh, found it difficult or even impossible to keep straight faces and not fall around and piss themselves. They later got medals for bravery though, so it wasn't all in vain or only for fun. The names of those who fell for us on Black Whatever's Day appeared on teletext.